coming down, slowly coming down. And as you come back down, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you, or the very first impression that you have as you come back down to the surface. What do you see down there?
I see a dog.
You see a dog?
I see a dog.
What does the dog look like?
He looks very regal, but I've known I'm familiar with that dog.
You're familiar or unfamiliar?
I'm familiar.
Very good. And have you landed on the ground yet?
Yes.
And I just want you to look down at the ground, or what you're standing on. What are you standing on?
I'm not really quite standing
Okay.
on anything. The ground's there.
And I want you to look at where your feet would be. What's there?
Nothing really.
Look at your form. Do you have any form at all?
No.
Not at all. And how does that feel to not have any form?
Makes me feel big.
Very good. And what is the dog doing now?
He's watching me.
Very good. Now that dog is a magical dog, and it can actually speak. Well, go ahead and greet the dog, if you will. What does the dog, how does the dog respond?
He says, "Welcome back."
Oh, very good. And did you say thank you?
I don't need to.
Okay.
He just gave me what I needed.
We said welcome.
He said, "Welcome back."
And
Huh.
ask him, where were you?
Where was I?
Does he know where you were? He'll tell you.
Where was I? He said I never left.
Ah, very good. Well, ask him, where was your mind then? If I'm welcome back, ask him, what part of me was away?
He said you are always here. It was a perception change.
Ah, very good. And ask him, what was the perception? What was the purpose for the perception change? He'll tell you everything.
For contrast.
Ah, very good. And what was the main focus? What was the reason? The reason for the contrast for you individually, for you yourself.
Without contrast, there is no experience.
Ah, very good. And ask him, what is his name or his designation?
Rios.
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 Very good. And ask Rios. I promise you, you can ask Rios anything. He knows what you're doing. So I want you to ask him, what was your name? What is your name? He knows. Is he speaking to you out loud, or is he speaking to you telepathically?
No, it's not. He's not speaking to me out loud. It's definitely telepathically.
So look at, and in his name again is Rios.
Rios.
Say Rios.
Rios.
Can you please help you with your memory? because you're a little confused and you figure that's why he's there. And if he could actually speak to you, you would be so grateful, and he'll understand that. The perception shift was huge. So can he help you to integrate back? What's his response?
No, it's a connection that I seek, and not a name.
So he says you're making an attempt to connect with him?
Right, it's a connection.
And is this what he's saying?
Mm-hmm. He said a name's not important.
You tell him that's understood, but tell him, you're still immersed, even though he said welcome back, but he knows that you're not there forever. And tell him you're there, you're seeking information and some clarity, and ask him, could he clarify a few things if he would be so kind, and you would be very appreciative if he did so.
The connection that I seek, I have a connection with Egypt.
He says that you have a connection. So I take it you're having conversations and asking questions, and you're not relaying them so you won't be able to see them on the video later on? Is that what's going on?
This is actually very, very strange. I understand.
Is he feels like it's strange?
No, I understand what he's saying. Although he's not saying anything. I feel it's a feeling.
That's understood.
It's a
I don't want you to think too much. You can ask. Ask him, can he please take another form where he could speak to you verbally and not telepathically, because you've been out of this particular focus for a while consciously. Has he changed form?
No, not yet.
Does he mind changing form?
So it's a orb. It's a white orb.
He's transformed to a white orb.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Now look at yourself and see what do you have an appearance yet?
No.
And is the orb very beautiful?
The orb is extremely beautiful. It seems to be swirling.
Can you feel its energy?
Yes. I can feel it in my chest.
Very good. Now ask the orb, can it please take a form where you can have community? Tell them, well, just let the orb know that you're there for information, and that your 3D body is taping this, and you're trying to get some answers. And it feels wonderful, and it's good to be able to see it.
My heart chakra.
Is he working on your heart chakra?
That's what needs to happen first.
Very good. Well, ask him, can it help you with your opening up your heart chakra?
Yes.
Very good. And how is he doing that? How is the orb doing that?
He's inside.
So it's come inside of you. And how does it feel to have it within you?
It feels like pressure.
And ask it, will it scan your entire body from head to toe? Or infuse your body with light from head to toe?
Yes.
Can you feel that?
I can feel it.
And are you becoming lighter? Are you feeling lighter?
My chest feels huge.
Very good. And can you ask it to help you reinstate your memory?
Yes, but I have to get my heart chakra open first.
Very good. And so is it working on your heart chakra?
Yes.
Very good.
There are things that I'm supposed to discover for myself that were supposed to open my heart chakra. There's been some blockages because of some misinformation. So
Very
there
good.
hasn't been a connection. The connection that I feel now, that's what's been missing because I've needed to work on myself. I can't look outside of myself anymore. There's nothing else.
So is the breathing technique and the chakra cleanse that Hank was showing you, does he feel that's a good way to really?
That was the first step.
Very good. And are you supposed to remember that and use it? Is it advisable? Is it advised?
He wants to be careful how I take feeling. He wants to be careful how I take information.
Understood.
There needs to be work done on my heart chakra. I need to do something that I don't want to do.
Well, ask him, can the orb please come out of you for a moment? Or
Yes.
is the orb working all right? Is it come out of you?
Yes.
And can you ask the orb, can he introduce you to one of your guardians, one of your angels, one of your guides that's with you on this journey? Because you
I've
really
already
like
met him. I've already met him in physicality.
And who would that be?
You meet him all the time.
Well, we're not asking about the ones in physicality. We're asking about the ones in spirit.
I have to have my heart chakra open.
So is that what he was doing, working on you?
Yeah.
And so is he saying that you can't even meet your guardians or anyone without that being done?
No, there's a blockage.
And who is he then? Ask him, who is he? Ask him, is he your higher self?
Yes. We're the same person.
Very good. So would you go ahead and allow him to come back into your heart again and to work? And can he leave an avatar that you can continue to ask questions while he's working on your heart?
Yes.
Very good. And ask, could the avatar manifest as a person or an image of a person so you can have a clear communication, just to make it easier for you. That's not too much to ask.
Yes.
And so has he entered into you already, and has the avatar manifested?
Yes.
Very good. And just thank him, just in your heart, just thank you very much. And what does your avatar look like?
It's just a face.
Very good. And what does the face look like? Just for sake, just what does it look like?
It looks like a crystal.
Beautiful.
It has a crystal face.
Beautiful. Now you know all those questions that you ask. Can you ask the avatar while your higher self is still working on opening your heart? What was your reason for being here on the planet Earth in this linear existence here? They'll tell you everything.
You're supposed to teach and lead when I'm ready.
And can he give you any specifics about what you need to be teaching?
It's not time yet because I haven't done quite what I was supposed to do.
And ask him, is there any way that Hank could help you get to where you're trying to go, or am I involved in helping you get to that place?
Yes.
Beyond this physical, this what we're doing here, and how is Hank supposed to be involved?
It's hard to explain with words. It's a consciousness. It will be not a rebellion.
And ask it, can it please make its communication even clearer so it can, for our linear existence, for understanding? They're genius, they can do anything.
I'm supposed to help consciously with the shift, and others are unconscious.
So
There's an action piece.
That's going to take place and it'll spark what we're doing.
Yes, but I have to beat a demon. I have to beat a demon that I created myself.
And what demon would that be? They'll tell you. They'll tell you everything. And can ask them.
Fear of loss.
So ask them, can they give you a better adjective than demon? Your vocabulary is bigger than that.
That's exactly what it is. It's an anomaly. I've created an anomaly in my conscious energetic field.
And how did you do that?
I did it through the strength of my own ego.
Very good. But it's very weak now, isn't it? With all the energy that's flooding the planet, it doesn't have any power over you. How hard should it be to get rid of it?
There's two inside of everyone, and the one that wins is the one you feed.
And so, if your desire is to be of love and light, is not the love more powerful than any demon?
It is.
And if you desire in this moment of now for their higher self to send and channel the energies within you to get rid of it, can you get rid of it this evening?
I have to crucify my ego so it can be reborn again.
And what is the best way to crucify your ego?
To be the loss which I fear.
How much can your higher self, the avatar, help with that? And the orb that is you working on your heart right now, how much can they help with that?
They said if they do, I will be angry.
Okay, so
this was something
that you predestined.
This is why it's been a recurring theme. This is why it keeps surfacing over and over and over and over again. It's something that they can't help me with. It's something that I have to do.
And so ask them, what is it that you can do? What can you do? I mean, besides, like you say, they use the word crucify, or that's the adjective that you use. But can't they give you any hints if you're asking for it? You're trying to reach your higher self, and that's your higher self.
I already know what I needed to do.
Okay.
I just needed confirmation.
Ah, very good.
I needed confirmation because all the voices that are in my head are not all mine.
Ah, very good. And can you ask them what's the best way to quiet those other voices?
Through learning how to love myself.
Very good.
If I can't love myself, I can't love others.
And is there anyone who could help you with that at all? Is there any way? Ask them. No, just that alone. Ask that first.
There's no such thing as alone, so anything that I do is with help.
Ah, very good. Now we understand that in higher dimensional terms, but in physicality, it's a whole different perception. It's an entirely different perception. I ask again, you said Hank was supposed to help you. Was it meant for you and Hank to come into contact with each other then?
Yes.
And will you and Hank be doing things futuristically that will make huge impacts?
Yes, more. Some of what we think, and some will amaze us.
How so?
It's not what we think.
So
it's not what we think. We have to discover part of the process is the actual experience.
ah, very good, understood.
If they give me answers, they will be doing me a disservice.
Understood. Totally understood.
It's not what we think it is. And I was right.
And when they say it's not what we think it is, what is it that we think?
That even the matrix itself, the path is, I'm on the right path with the language. The white magic that we put in our heads.
Understood. And as you listen back to this tape, are you going to be able to understand? I want you to remember everything that's being said, all the images that you're seeing. When you finally come out of this, you're going to remember it all, and it'll be much more clearer, and you will be able to explain it even more linearly. Here I have, how we're doing is your higher self still working on your heart?
He says I have to do the rest.
And so are you now speaking still to the avatar or to your higher self?
To the avatar.
Ah, very good. So is the avatar, is your higher self still working on your heart? That's the question.
The orb is always there.
It's always there. So have you made any strides with opening up your heart by being welcomed back, by coming back and having this conversation?
Yes, there's an action piece. There's an action piece that I need to do. There's an action piece that will, as above, so below. We're connected so much to this other realm that in duality, at least at this point, you can't have one without the other. So I have been living in a fear of facing this anomaly.
And before this scenario, this experience, how does this experience now help and change your thought pattern?
I've been vindicated. I know what the decision is. I know what I'm supposed to do to open my heart chakra. I've missed steps because I haven't wanted to face it.
Understood.